Hi everyone, I want to give my weekly market update where I look at the S&P 500, the Dow and the FTSE 100, just get some kind of inkling as to how we might be progressing for the week ahead so we don't get any shocks. And it really helps us with our long-term 12-month holdings as well because it helps us decide which way the markets might be going into the long term as well. So let's just kick off now. I want to share a screen with you over here. And what you can see there, the title screen. Remember, this is part of my campaign for $1 million.com, which is to help 1 million people become better at investing. And we're well on the way and it's going really well. Okay. So going to the first slide, that's the S&P 500 and the daily chart, as you can see over here. Well, let's just zoom in there a bit. Obviously, pause the video at any moment you want. And yes, we've seen some tailing back a little bit. Now that we're into November, and we're getting it just, if you look at the lower part of the chart, you see the MACD, or the momentum indicator, the moving average convergence divergence. Sounds really technical and boring, and it is. But what that's suggesting is that we're going to get some downward profit taking. At least that'd be where I'd put the odds for the week ahead. More important than all of that, of course, is to look at the weekly charts. And yeah, the market's in a slight indecision. Is it going to break through that signal line, go higher? I'd probably say on the weaker, which is slightly longer term buying pressure. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a down week, but then I think the inclination and the pressure is more to the upside. You know, it's only going to be 60-40 one way or the other. There's not a no-brainer. It looks like we're going to soar kind of situation. So let's see if we can get clues from elsewhere, like the NASDAQ. What happens when we look at the NASDAQ over there? Similar kind of story. MACD pulling down, likely to get a little bit of downward pressure this week, a bit of profit taking from some of the stocks. Remember, it might only be for a week or two. Even if it does indeed happen in any event, like I said, feel free to pause or replay this at any point. The weekly chart, however, I think a bit more bullish. It's broken through its signal line, the dotted MACD line, moving to the upside. And therefore, any downward pressure from this week, I think, is probably going to, hopefully, be met by some more buying to the upside. So if that helps give us clarity for the S&P 500, then I'd say any downward movements we get this week will probably result in buying on dips and movements to the upside. That's where I'd probably put my best estimates in terms of what's going to happen. The FTSE is certainly moving ahead, and that's a bullish one there, certainly for the week ahead, by the way things look. Can it do it independently of the S&P? Well, looks like it probably can. And similarly here for the weekly chart, starting to see a little bit of upward movement. Obviously, I want to see a bit more than that if this is to continue. But certainly that's promising with the Dow. Where are we? Dailies, again, similar kind of story, downward pressure. But, oops, on the weeklies, what do we see over there? If we look at the weekly chart, well, it's, again, very similar to the other ones. So really the clearest one was NASDAQ, which you'd expect, technology. And I think that's probably my strongest bet for things moving higher, and the FTSE for the week ahead. And the others, I think if they do dip, there'll be some buying into the dips. And overall, I'd say I'm more bullish, certainly for the week ahead. And that, again, bodes well for the rest of the year. But we'll have to see. I don't want to make a call on December and profit taking this early. So let's just see. Like I said, all of this, it's part of my campaign for $1 million.com. So please do check that out as well. I hope you're enjoying these recordings that I'm doing. Thank you very much for watching.